Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good morning.
This morning I'd like to take a little time to introduce myself and to recount some of the events that led me to walk through those doors one Thursday morning. It all started a long time ago, back in the 2nd grade at Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic School. I know. It was first communion time, which in a Catholic school is a big deal. The teacher wrangled us all up to give us our assignments. I was given the task of delivering the second reading. And I wasn't given this task because I had any special skills or great stage presence. Basically, I could read. And in the 2nd grade, there weren't many people who could. I will never, ever forget this reading. It was the parable of the footprints in the sand. You know, the one that ends with, but there was only one set of footprints. It was then that I carried you. When my mother found out about this, she was so excited and so determined that I give the speech of a lifetime and not embarrass her or myself, or my family for that matter. So she took great pains to make me the best speaker ever. She had me speak in front of the mirror. I had to speak in front of my family. She even drugged me down to the church so I could speak in an empty church so I could relive what is going to happen on Sunday morning. She had me practice my dramatic pauses, my piercing eye contact, my solemn expression. By the time that fatal day came around, I had so much going on in my head I thought it was going to explode. Not only did I have to remember all the dramatic pauses that I had to do during my speech, but I also had my first communion to contend with. So I had to remember, what do I say when the priest gives me the host? Do I not drop the host? It was scary. So when the time of my reading came, I walked up to the altar. I said my first line. I looked up. All I saw was a sea of white, and that little black ribbon where my fingers. I completely froze. I looked back down. All of the words on the paper were swimming together. It didn't make any sense to me. I looked back up again, and then suddenly I remembered, wait a minute, I know this. I know this speech. I have been saying this speech in my sleep. I know this. And then the words just came out. And from that moment on, there wasn't a hitch. The day went by just fine. But when I got home, I went straight to the bathroom and threw up. But you know what? It didn't matter, because from that day, a star was born. From that moment on, I was the person who was picked for all the children's services, all the special holiday masses. I won speech contests. I was the go-to girl for any public speaking events. By the time I got to college, when it came to public speaking, you could say I was a little cocky. Actually, you could say I was really cocky. I took a speech class. I didn't even bother buying a book.
Oh.
I just showed up. I never even prepared a speech. I would just show up and talk. My fellow classmates, they would say, oh, I hate public speaking. I hate it. I hate getting up in front of a crowd. And you know, I would look at them and say, well, you know what? We need to join Toastmasters.
Oh.
And they would say to me, oh, is that what you did? And I would say, oh, God, no. I was born talented. You, on the other hand, you need help. So you could see the fall coming from a mile away. But thankfully for me, it wasn't so much a fall or a crash. It was just a steady decline.
Oh.
Over the years, I forgot all of the things that my mother taught me about being a good speaker. I no longer made eye contact. Heck, I didn't even look up when I was talking. In business meetings, I would forget the points that I was trying to make, and you know, I would talk too fast. I don't think people even understood me. When called on to present a point during a business meeting, I started sounding like Scooby-Doo. I was like, when I did have to present something, it was filled with ums and ahs and so. It was pretty bad. But I still didn't see that I needed help. Even when my fellow classmates in grad school picked me to present an economics presentation, and I said to them, really, you guys, not me? Oh, come on, I'm not that good. And they said, no, you're not that good. But the teacher really likes you, so make sure you wear a short skirt. Yeah, even at that point, I still did not see that I had a problem. No, it wasn't until this year when I decided that this was going to be my year of self-improvement, that I took a hard look and said, you know what? I need some help with speaking. You know, perhaps maybe I really wasn't. I know this is hard to believe, but maybe I wasn't born with it. So I decided that maybe being a good speaker means hard work and diligence and practice. So I stand before you today very, very humble.
Oh.
Thank you.